in this video, we will get into all of your Tesla stock news and what's going on in the broader markets today. It looks like, well, something could be changing on Wall Street, and that's very bullish for Tesla stock. If this is your first time to the channel, consider sticking around a while if you like to make money and you want to make more of it. If you want to reach financial freedom as quickly as possible or just stay up to date with everything going on with Tesla stock, a matter of fact, tap, tickle, touch, smash, lick, throw your phone at the wall. Make the like button, turn a different color. In fact, hold on 1 second. Hit the like button because this guy will not be quiet ever in any videos. Yeah, tell him hit the like button. First up, it seems like Tesla is preparing an efficiency package to improve range following the range estimates being lowered between 20 and 35 miles on different Tesla models. Tesla is starting to advertise the fact that all Tesla models are more American made than a GM, a Ford, companies that claim to be American made products, at least in the automobile sector. Chinese automaker Geely, who owns Volvo, has launched the Galaxy E8 EV in China. Starting price of $24,600 USD. Deliveries have already begun. You can see a 45-inch 8K screen. I actually think this looks like a pretty cool vehicle. I mean, we'll see how it ultimately sells. It's a little bit higher price than some of your other, EV models in China, but not expecting this to be a huge competitor to Tesla, but it's possible. So we definitely want to be watching this. And you can't leave out the fact that Fox Business just basically said they rented a Tesla Model W. Take a listen to this.
Fingers crossed, Stuart, if I get to all the charging stations. We rented this Tesla Model W, and we have outfitted it with cameras and all of the rest. Maybe, come on, Tomas, come around here. Maybe you see, this is producer Dan Hilson.
That just really opened your eyes to how uneducated, even people that talk about stocks every single day are on Tesla. That personally makes me bullish. I don't know about you guys. Let me know down below in the comment section. The U.S. Treasury Department says nearly 9,000 U.S. auto dealers have registered for the electric vehicle tax credit, up from 7,400 just a week earlier. As Sawyer Merritt points out, the Bugatti Mistral isn't electric, but it sure is beautiful. You could buy 55 Foundation Series Cybertrucks for the price of one of these Bugattis at $5.5 million. Tesla has lowered the price of inventory Model Y rear-wheel drive a little bit in Belgium, making it eligible for up to €5,000, 5,462 US dollars in government incentives in Flanders, Belgium. And you just can't make this one up. Tesla ended 2023 at exactly 4.20% market share. This, I think, is actually pretty incredible, and probably coming to Teslas here pretty soon as well, in some capacity or another. Maybe it's Gronk. Volkswagen announced today it's bringing ChatGPT into its cars and SUVs. Volkswagen says ChatGPT will enrich conversations, clear up questions, interacting in intuitive language, receive vehicle-specific information, and much more, purely hands-free. Tesla has dropped the amount of speakers the Model Y rear-wheel drive in the US and Canada. Comes with 7 now, from 13 previously. It also no longer comes with a subwoofer. I'm actually pretty curious on how this affects the sound. I imagine Tesla would not reduce the speakers this much if it had a drastic impact on the quality of sound. But if it has minimal impact on the quality of sound, probably zero impact if I were to imagine, Tesla, but it helps margins, that's probably a net positive for shareholders. The average monthly car loan payment hits a record of $739 in Q4 2023. This should be coming down here in 2024 as treasury yields are falling, and that's really what you are competing for when you lend out money. So as the 10-year treasury does fall, everything else should become cheaper to borrow money from, right? Think about it like this. If you can get a guaranteed 4% yield or 5% yield with the government risk-free, you're not going to get a cheaper loan than that anywhere else, no matter what it is. If a 10-year treasury is going for 2%, then maybe you get a 3 or 4% loan. But right now, you're going to be looking at 6, 7, 8% based on your credit worthiness, because you can get a risk-free loan from the government or yield from the government at 4.05% right now. And also, I should mention, as the Fed begins to actually reduce rates, that should improve the ability for people to actually get loans to buy cars. And it's kind of crazy if you think about Tesla's putting up the numbers they are with record high average loan prices. About 90% of cars are financed. So most of Teslas, most of any vehicles you see out on the road, there's a car payment on those. And Tesla's putting up those numbers with record high payments. Just imagine when payments actually do fall. Then you should see some really impressive demand for Tesla. There's a lot of people that bought vehicles in 2019, 2020, 2021. Now it's 2024. A lot of people want to upgrade their vehicles. The average family buys and sells a new home every 7 years. I can imagine for a vehicle, it's probably 3 or 4 years. So you're probably getting pretty close to a massive upgrading cycle for individuals that have cars. Unusual Whales says Tesla's Model Y was the best-selling car in the world in 2023. Hyundai is the most fuel-efficient legacy automaker in the US, according to the EPA. Tesla, now for the first time ever, has more market share in the US than Volkswagen and Subaru. Thailand reported 1,028 Tesla sales and 1.6% market share for December. Estonia reported 32 Tesla sales and 1.8% market share for December. Elon Musk says after that one puff pass with Rogan, I agreed at NASA's request to do 3 years of random drug testing. Not even trace quantities were found of any drugs or alcohol. Wall Street Journal is not fit to line a parrot cage for bird crap. Cantonese Ka on X says just chill. You've seen this before with Tesla on the weekly candlestick chart. Now, pretty interesting. He points out a low volume retest in this July period. This was back in 2021. And then what happened? Tesla stock took off as volume increased. Now it looks like we're in another low volume retest, and presumably Tesla stock can take off over the next couple of months when more volume comes into the stock. Specifically because there's so many people that are negative and or bearish on Tesla for 2024. Tesla's bar is set very low on all fronts, on EPS, on deliveries, on margins. I think Tesla's going to exceed all of that by quite a bit. But you're also going to see a lot of catalysts and announcements and developments that the markets are currently just not expecting. Like potentially the $25,000 EV to be announced in the second half of 2024. Model 3 Highland coming to the US. Potential licensing deal for FSD technology. FSD itself entering the Chinese market. So many other things. And I'm definitely missing some, like the Indian factory that should be announced here in the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. So many different catalysts that will be hugely impactful for Tesla's fundamentals that a lot of people are ignoring. These are reasons in which I believe Tesla stock will hit $450, give or take, by the end of this year. Here in the near term, though, as I said yesterday, I thought, and I still think, the first couple of days of this week, you're probably just going to see a bounce. And that's exactly what you're seeing today. Tesla stock up 1.5%, IWM up 1.7%, the S&P up 1.27%. You are seeing a bounce because the simple fact you've been getting destroyed so far in 2024. Tesla stock has had 6 red days in a row today, and you did get some comments from Fed Bostic that are encouraging. Fed Bostic basically said We're going to get around 2 rate cuts, in his opinion, in 2024. The economy is going to hold up and do just fine. We're not seeing any signs of a recession, and we might just get the first rate cut in Q3. Ultimately, the markets care more about a recession than 6 rate cuts. So if you go into recession, stocks are going to do poorly even if you get 10 rate cuts. If you avoid a recession for 2024, stocks will do very, very well, even if we have 0 rate cuts. Fed Bostic showing this degree of confidence in the economy, I think is very welcoming to a lot of big money investors. And then again, to the fact this is likely the first day a lot of Wall Street, or all of Wall Street, is back in the office following the Christmas time vacation. So I think specifically today is a sign of what is to come over the next couple of months. If we were read today, the first day everyone's back in the offices on Wall Street, I mean, that would not be a great sign. The fact that there's a lot of buying taking place today, well, that's good news. Tesla stock today is seeing volume for this week's expiration of January 12th of 62.06% to the call side, 37.94% to the put side. If you look at hedge fund institutional activities, you can see 434 orders totaling $791 million with a positive order value of 51%. These numbers will update and will bring you the full number, the full scope of what the option activity looked like from hedge funds and institutions today at 8:30 p.m. Tesla stock is currently $20.2 billion short right now from Wall Street. Tesla is about 2% of the entire stock market's short interest, which is a crazy statistic. What you're actually seeing right now is pretty interesting as well. Cost to borrow max over here, maybe you can't see it, I can't really change that, my head's in front of it, but cost to borrow max is 9.87%. This has jumped quite a bit recently. It looks like there's some pretty heavy demand to short Tesla stock right now, and all of this shorting ultimately is going to be fuel for an upside move. Global inventory numbers for Tesla staying pretty much unchanged. As you can see, the Model 3 though just continues to bleed inventory, which is likely a good sign that Model Y is seeing a lot of demand, or Model 3. Kind of contradicting that, Google Trends data is showing a down move for the Cybertruck, the Model Y, and the Model 3, although this is common for Q1 and the start of a new year. Don't draw any conclusions based on this, but we want to be watching this nonetheless. And Tesla continues to run about 400 different ads with Google. Here on the day today, 10-year treasury yields are down about 3 basis points, which is also likely helping stocks to move higher. TLT is up 0.57% today. That is great news. Oil down 4%, also great news. The dollar, let's go ahead and refresh this for whatever reason the dollar does not update. The dollar is down a little bit today. That's great news. When the dollar is up, stocks are down. When the dollar is down, stocks are up. The dollar is down, stocks are up today. That has been the trend that we have been used to seeing. And gold is down about 1% today, which it's breaking under this bullish trend line that I have had drawn, actually finding some resistance here on the upside retracement we've seen in the beginning of the day today. This could be good news for markets as well. Overall, it appears as if Tesla stock is just bouncing between the 50 and the 100-day moving average. 100-day moving average currently at $241.56 per share. If we can break out above that to the upside, whether it's before or after Tesla's earnings, which will be on January 24th, then I think the door is open for a much larger potential rally. After all, there's $6.2 trillion sitting in money market funds that, based on my assumptions of the day today, is getting deployed back into stocks. Today is really a critical indicator of what we can expect throughout the rest of 2024. And again, I will reiterate because it's very important. Most of Wall Street left the office the week before Christmas. Most of Wall Street did not come back to the office last week. So today, Monday, is the first day everyone's back in the office. So this is basically the first normal day of trading for our markets in 2024. and it's the first substantial green day. That's a sign. Let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. My overall general consensus is stocks probably continue higher here, at least until Wednesday. Then you might get some pre-CPI jitters, but CPI, your inflation expectations are pretty high. So inflation's really gonna have to be bad in order to see a sell-off following that report coming Thursday, which I don't think is likely. So I think this could be a very good week for Tesla and for the broader markets. If you guys want to come trade with us, link down below in the description of this video. We have been trading RXRX. We just hit 300% on that trade. The first trade of 2024, starting off with a bang, 300%. $200 into $800 total, $600 profit. If you guys want to come trade with us, check that link out down below in the description of this video. But nonetheless, if you look at Tesla's MACD line's pretty negative. RSI really not changing much today at 46.84. So Tesla stock is still under neutral. It's still slightly on the oversold side. So keep that in mind as well. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Tyler, and I will see you in the next one.